Welcome everybody to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a dating and relationship coach and founder of Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette and also of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Duana Welch, and she's the author of Love Factually, 10 Proven Steps from I Wish to I Do. And ladies, let me tell you something, that is an awesome book. So before we jump into our topic of how can I heal my broken heart and move on, we're going to find out a little bit more about Duana and what made you write this book, Duana.
Well, I wanted to heal my own broken heart and move on.
Isn't that how it always works?
That's how, physician heal thyself, right? I was getting a PhD in memory and aging at the University of Florida, so I'm not related to this, right? But I was a social scientist, and I was really good at it. You know, I think women too often don't take credit for what they're good at. I was good at that, even though that's not what I'm doing now. And I was just blowing it away in grad school, and yet I was not blowing it away in my relationships. I was getting hurt again and again and again. And finally, there was this one breakup that just, I thought, I'm about to give up, and I don't want to give up. This is important to me. Finding the love of my life is really important to me. How is it that I'm successful in all these other things and tanking in this thing? I did not like it at all. So I thought, well, physician heal thyself. Go and find the scientists who know about this. So I started reading social science and biological science about how the human mating ritual works. And I thought, you know what, Duana, if the stuff that you extrapolate from the science, if it doesn't work, you're no worse off than you were before. But you can treat your life as your own experiment. You can try stuff out. And if it does work, so much the better. And boy, did it work. So that turned into my marriage. And my husband encouraged me to start a blog because I had this pent up need to constantly talk about relationship science. And it turned into having clients for the last 15 to 20 years, which I have where I live, but also by Skype. And eventually it turned into a book. And so I wrote Love Factually so that everybody can have these 10 proven steps from I Wish to I Do.
Awesome. But you know, I have to point out the one key thing that you said in that is so applicable to what we're talking about today is that you said, you know, you went through this heartbreak, but then you wanted to change, and you took those steps to change. Instead of just wallowing in your sorrow, you said, you know what, I'm going to get off my butt and I'm going to start making these changes. And you did. And look what happened.
Yes. You know, it's funny. Sometimes I hear from clients who say, what if I take this action and it doesn't help? And I say, taking no action is guaranteed not to help.
Right. And
you know, just like my life was my experiment, folks, your life is your experiment.
Yep. And
if you try these things and they don't work for you, you don't have to keep doing them.
No, and not only that, it's what I find is, as crazy as this sounds, is that some people want to stay within that comfort zone as much as it hurts because it's more scary to go out into the unknown. But what I always tell people, if you're that afraid, I mean, that's what Duana and I are for, to help hold your hand through this process, because we know it can be scary. So Duana, what's your first tip on how a woman can heal her broken heart and move on?
Well, right behind you there is a wall that says Single and Stilettos and Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and the word I'm cluing in on there is dream. When you said some people are more comfortable being sad and alone than they are taking that next step, the things we dream of most ardently are the things that are scariest for us to do. And simply acknowledging that fear, because some people would rather live with the dream than the reality of they tried and they didn't get it. That is a really big thing for people. And I think it's really important. I always acknowledge this with my clients, because otherwise people expect dating to be fun, or they expect that it's going to say something awful about them if they don't find the right person quickly, or if they have another heartbreak. And the price of great love is some pain. That is the price. That's what it costs to get in the door. And eventually that's what it costs when the relationship inevitably ends for one of the parties. Unless you die together, it's going to end for one of you first.
That is true.
And, the price of great love, it just is great grief. You have to be brave. We are Amazons. We are strong, and we can do the hard thing. And so the first thing I want to tell you is acknowledge that this is scary and then do it anyway. I live in Oregon. Nike was launched here. The whole just do it thing. Just do it. Research shows that, yes, our attitude predicts what we do. I don't feel like running, so I don't go running. Research also shows that our actions predict our attitude. I started running. I started to feel like running. Every good sex therapist will say, start having sex. In the middle of it, you'll feel like it. They say that to couples who've lost their spark. Oh, I don't feel like doing it. So don't feel like doing it first. Start doing it, and you will feel like it, right? This is true with virtually everything. It's true with getting out of bed in the morning. For me, I'm not a morning person. I don't want to get out of my nice flannel heated bed with the goose down comforter. I'm happy there. But as soon as I get out of bed, I think, oh, now I'm going to go do all these things. You will feel like it after you do it. So fake it till you make it. You will make it. I got the nicest letter. If you're an author, one of the nicest things that can happen to you is to hear from people who've read your book and said, that changed my life, and here's exactly how. So I got this wonderful letter yesterday from a woman who actually then she posted the letter as a review on Amazon just yesterday. Which was so great of her. She sent me a letter, and it said basically, hi, Duana, I've been listening to the Audible version of your book 15 minutes every day, and it's completely transformed my love life. And I went from feeling very low status to faking it that I was high status to realizing I am worthy. I faked it till I made it, is basically what she said. And now she's involved with someone who also believes she is worthy. And and her attitude needed to change. Sometimes that's what so fake it till you make it. You will make it. I promise you, you're going to make it. Just go out and do the hard things. Get online dating. Tell your friends and family that you want to be set up, even if right now you really don't. Don't wait to feel like it. Do it, and you will eventually feel like it. So that's the first big tip.
That is so true. Just take that first step. And it's true. You're not going to feel like it. You just got to take the first step. And then everything becomes easier. So what's your next tip?
Well, Mae West, I don't know if people even still know who she was, but she was kind of a personality in the 1800s who she was just, $1 short of being an actual prostitute, I think. But she used to say, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else.
That's so funny. I remember that she did say that.
Yeah. Research concurs, not necessarily with the sex part of it, but with the love part of it. The best way to get over an old love is to find a new love. So there's this scientist named Mavis Hetherington, and she did this study of more than 100 divorcing couples. And her study was incredible because it followed these people the year they got divorced. And then it followed them in their lives every year after the divorce for 20 years. And she did in-depth interviews and questionnaires with the former husband, the former wife, anyone they got involved with, and their kids for 20 years.
Wow.
Incredible research. Yeah. Virginia longitudinal study. Anyway, she was looking through her data set and figuring out, okay, one of the questions she wanted to ask was, how do people reintegrate? Meaning, how do they get a sense of being whole and okay and happy again after their relationship ends? Because a divorce is a very serious loss of relationship. I've been through a divorce. You didn't know that until today, but I've been through a divorce. And, a lot of times when we divorce someone or leave someone, we still love them. There's another reason we have to leave. I loved my child's father. I loved him the day I divorced him, but I still couldn't be with him. So here's the thing. Dr. Hetherington found that she found only one thing that made people feel healthy, whole, and happy again. One. And it's the one thing everybody else will tell you shouldn't make you feel happy, healthy, and whole again. Get into a new relationship. Because everybody else says, oh, you got to be happy by yourself first. Sorry, I'm about to swear. For those of you with sensitive ears, bullshit. That's bullshit, as we say in my home state of Texas. No. People don't feel happy, healthy, and whole on their own usually unless they are Buddhist monks or nuns. They feel a sense of want when they are by themselves. And that sense of want is your friend. It is what motivates you to leave the Doritos and the couch behind and get off of Facebook and go and find real world people. That's what does it. It's not that you feel so happy that you just want to share it with someone else. It's that you feel lonely and you want connection.
That's so true. And I love that you said get off of Facebook, because I'm one of those people that, as much as I love technology, I feel like it connects us, but it also disconnects us from real life people and really making those really personal connections to people in person and not over the internet or not over whatever.
It's a both and thing. I think all of us now are trying to find the balance between how much of my life is online and how much of it is FaceTime. But our psychology is one of our adapted and evolved mechanisms.
Yeah.
A lion has a psychology that tells it, defeat the other male lions, kill the cubs, get the girls. Right. I mean, I don't admire all that, but that's what it has a psychology. A lot of people don't think of animals as having a psychology, but they do. They didn't just inherit a mane and claws and a roar. They inherited how they think.
Yep.
We also inherited how we think, and how we think is we need other people. And most of us, almost all of us, need one special other person. So don't give up. Get in a new relationship. Literally more than 20 years of continuous science on that one project with people who had been through devastating heartbreak showed that was the only thing that got them better again. Getting into a new relationship. That was it. So get into a new relationship. Don't wait to be healed. Get into that relationship, and if it's a good one, you will be healed. Vic and I, boy, we had been through some crap. I told you some stuff about it privately that I don't generally say in public. That's not in my book. Some stuff I've been through that's really serious. But you know what? I've gotten well because of picking a good person.
Yeah, and look, you're with an amazing husband now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have one last tip on this?
Yeah. I want you to all learn something about the science of relationships. You will feel more confident about going forward if you feel like you're doing the stuff that works. And science shows you the stuff that works. There's no longer any reason to just take somebody's opinion or word for it. Mine or anybody else's. Learn about what works. My book will put it all in one place for you, but I occasionally meet people who want to read it for themselves. And if you want the list of my references, I'll send that to you for free.
Well, these have been some great tips. So, Duana, I know you have a free gift for our audience. So can you tell them a little bit about it?
Absolutely. This is my book, as you know, Love Factually, and you can get a free chapter of this book in e-format at lovefactually.co. And I also answer emails for free.
Awesome. Well, everybody go to Duana's site to get that free chapter. And thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you'd like to get our free ebook on Why Men Disappear Without a Trace, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.